Hello, I'm Kathy Hind, and my piece, Twittering Machines, has been nominated for an Ivor Novello Award in the Sound Art category for the Ivors Composer Awards 2020. So Twittering Machines is a 30-minute audiovisual performance, and it starts with this record which has been made specially, and it has on it a Morse code transcription of John Keats' poem Ode to a Nightingale. There's actually some software created specially by Matthew Oldham that listens to the record live and starts to translate it back into the poem, which you can read on the projections behind me. When you're ready, Minnie. As the performance develops, I start to slow the record down, sample it live, and do different kinds of layering with the Morse code blips and beeps until it sounds like some strange kind of uncanny bird song. But this process also interrupts the live translation and the poem starts to turn into nonsense. And that's a kind of metaphor for interruptions to suitable habitat for the nightingale, and also to sort of the population of the nightingale has dropped a lot in the last 20 to 30 years in the UK. So into this new sonic texture, I also introduced these bird imitation devices and sample those live and do different kind of processing with them. I've also got a music box which I feed through a photograph of starlings that I've taken, and it works like a graphic score where the position of each bird creates a note on the music box. I've made a little motor controlling box with an Arduino and some electronics that I use to control the speed of some mobile phone vibrating motors, which I then use to resonate some singing bowls. And I also put the singing bowls onto the turntable and strike them and vibrate them so that they create a kind of Doppler, panning, textural, glistening effect. I've got a gong, which I hang horizontally, and in that I put this other kind of small vibrating motor toy. And I really like to kind of embrace these kind of low-tech approaches along with these kind of more software-based digital processing and the translation. So all the time this performance in sound is happening, there's also visuals that I mix live, and they start with the translated text from the poem and move into videos of birds that I've made, and also some Super 8 footage that I found of some birds which I've then bleached and scratched and degraded the quality so it starts to disappear and dissolve away. I've also used some handmade 16mm film where I've contact printed Morse code and prints of bird sonogram. So I'm really interested in playing around with the physicality and material nature of film. That 16mm film is processed with Caffenol, which is a kind of eco-processing technique which uses a mixture of coffee, vitamin C and washing soda. So I'm really interested in combining these objects and analogue with the digital to create this kind of immersive sound piece that also expresses something of the fragility of habitats for birds and the loss in many bird species populations. So I'd like to extend my thanks to Cryptic Glasgow, who sent me on a residency to Cove Park last year, where I started to develop my live performance setup, and also to Tone Festival, which is where I first used this idea of a Morse code poem about a bird that was listened to live, and I made an installation with a Dansette record player. So the origin of some of the ideas is from that. And to Matthew Oldham for making the software that translates the poem, and also some of the live digital processing that I do on the laptop. So I'm delighted to be nominated for this award. I'd also like to thank Minnie the cat, who you've seen recently on the video, because she made this very special scratch on this record, which adds really a lot to the performance.